Today, I want to share with you something very simple, but very important, the 9 rules to win life. These are not theories from a book, not formulas from professors, but lessons I learned, lessons I watch others live, and lessons life itself teaches us again and again. If you truly understand and practice them, they can change your life forever. Rule number 1, believe in yourself before the world does. When you are young, the biggest challenge is not money, not opportunity, not even knowledge, it is belief. Too many people live their lives waiting for others to tell them they are good enough. They want applause before they even start. They want the world to say, yes, you can do it. But the truth is, the world will not give you that permission. The world will laugh at you, doubt you, and tell you all the reasons why you will fail. If you don't learn how to believe in yourself when nobody else does, then you will never begin. Believing in yourself is the first investment, the first seed you plant, and without it, nothing can grow. When I was young, I failed in school many times. I applied for jobs, I was rejected again and again. Even KFC rejected me. People around me thought I had no future. But in my heart, I told myself, maybe I am not smart. Maybe I am not lucky, but I will find my own way. That little voice of belief was the only thing that kept me moving forward. If I had listened to the world, there would be no Alibaba, no Jack Ma. Belief is not about being certain of success. Belief is about giving yourself the courage to try. Many young people today give up too early because they expect belief to come from others. They expect their parents, their friends, their teachers to say, you are the one, go for it. But the truth is, nobody sees your dream the way you see it. Nobody feels your hunger the way you feel it. So waiting for others to believe is wasting time. If you want to build a company, if you want to become an artist, if you want to live differently, you must be the first person to say yes. When you believe in yourself, others may still laugh, but at least you have one person on your side, and that one person is enough to start. Belief is not arrogance. It is not saying I am better than everyone else. It is simply trusting that even if you don't have everything now, you can learn, you can grow, you can improve. Belief is choosing to focus on possibilities instead of limitations. People without belief only see problems. But people with belief see opportunities hidden inside the problems. That is the difference between those who create history and those who watch history being created. The truth is, belief is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. In the beginning, your belief may be very small, just enough to take one step. But if you keep walking, you gain confidence, and your belief grows bigger. Small successes build bigger belief, and soon people who once laughed at you start respecting you. But if you never take that first step because you waited for others to believe, then you will never know what you are capable of. Believing in yourself also gives you energy. Without belief, work feels heavy, challenges feel impossible, and failures feel permanent. With belief, work feels meaningful, challenges feel like training, and failures feel like stepping stones. Two people can face the same situation. One gives up because they have no belief. The other fights on because they trust themselves. The result is always different. So many times in life, the biggest enemy is not other people, not lack of resources, not lack of opportunity. The biggest enemy is your own doubt. Doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. That is why the first rule to win life is always to believe in yourself. Because once you have that, everything else becomes possible. Failure is something people are always afraid of. From the time we are children, we are taught to avoid mistakes, to avoid embarrassment, to avoid losing. But life does not work like that. Nobody becomes successful without failing. Nobody grows without falling down. The truth is, if you are too afraid of failure, you will never try, and if you never try, you will never win. Failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is the foundation of success. The faster you fail, the faster you learn, and the faster you learn, the sooner you will succeed. When I was young, I failed many times in school. I failed exams. I failed in university entrance tests. Later in life, I failed in job applications. I remember applying for 30 different jobs and being rejected every time. Even KFC rejected me. People laughed at me. They said, "Jack, maybe you are not good enough." But every rejection was training. Every failure was pushing me to learn something new. If you think carefully, failure is just feedback. It tells you what does not work, so you can try something else. That is why I say fail fast, but learn even faster. The problem with many people is not that they fail. The problem is they don't learn. They make the same mistake again and again, and then they complain about life. Complaining does not change anything. Learning does. Every time you fall, ask yourself, why did this happen? What can I do differently? What lesson is hidden inside this experience? If you can answer these questions honestly, then your failure is no longer a loss. It is a lesson. The faster you collect lessons, the stronger you become. Think about it like this: life is a teacher and failure is the exam. If you pass the exam, you move forward. If you fail, you repeat until you learn. Some people get angry at the exam. They say life is unfair, but the exam is the same for everyone. The difference is how you respond. If you treat failure as the enemy, you will always be afraid. If you treat failure as the teacher, you will always be improving. That is the mindset of winners. When we built Alibaba, we failed many times. We tried projects that did not work. We lost money. We lost opportunities. But every failure gave us information. We studied it, we adjusted, and we came back stronger. Many people think success comes from one big idea, but success actually comes from hundreds of small failures that teach you what not to do. Without those failures, there is no growth. Another important thing to understand is that failure builds character. When everything goes smoothly, you don't really know your strength. But when things go wrong, when you are rejected, when you are disappointed, that is when you learn how strong you are. Failure teaches you patience. Resilience, creativity. It forces you to think differently, to find new ways. These qualities are far more valuable than temporary comfort. Young people especially must not fear failure. You are young, you have time, you have energy, you can make mistakes and still recover. If you play too safe when you are young, you will regret later. The more you fail early, the more experience you gain, and that experience becomes your advantage. Do not waste energy protecting yourself from failure. Use your energy to learn from it. Remember, every successful person you admire has a history of failure behind them. The only reason they look strong today is because they did not stop when they were weak yesterday. They failed, they learned, they improved, and they kept going. So when you fail, don't be ashamed. Don't hide. Stand up, learn quickly, and move again. That is how you transform failure into the path of success. Time is the most valuable resource you have, but most people do not realize it until it is too late. Money, you can always earn again. Opportunities, they will come and go. But time, once it is gone, it never returns. Every minute you waste is a piece of your life that disappears forever. That is why the way you use your time will decide the quality of your future. The people who win in life are not always the smartest or the richest. They are the ones who respect time and use it wisely. Many young people think they have a lot of time, so they waste it. They spend hours scrolling on their phones, playing games, or doing things that add no value. They tell themselves they will start tomorrow, next week, or next year. But time does not wait. The world keeps moving. While you are wasting hours, someone else is learning, building, practicing, and preparing. When you finally decide to start, they are already far ahead. Success does not belong to those who waste time. It belongs to those who value it. But valuing time is not enough. You must also build good habits with that time. Habits are the invisible architecture of your life. Every small action you repeat daily becomes a habit, and those habits slowly shape your destiny. If you use your time to practice discipline, to read, to learn new skills, to improve yourself, you will see results. If you use your time for laziness, excuses, and distractions, you will also see results, but those results will be failure and regret. The truth is, your habits decide whether you are building your future or destroying it. When I was young, I was not the smartest student, but I trained myself to be consistent. I used my time to learn English, not because it was easy, but because I believed it would open doors. That small habit, spending a few hours daily practicing with tourists, changed my life completely. Later, when the internet came to China, I already had the confidence to connect with the world. A small habit in my youth became a big opportunity in my future. This is how habits and time work together. They may look small today, but they grow powerful tomorrow. The challenge is that good habits are hard to build and bad habits are easy to fall into. Waking up early, exercising, studying, saving money. These feel difficult at first. But laziness, procrastination, overspending, these feel easy. The problem is, bad habits reward you today and punish you tomorrow, while good habits punish you today but reward you tomorrow. Most people choose comfort today and then complain about their future. Winners choose discipline today so that tomorrow is better. You cannot control how much time you have in life, but you can control how you use it. That is why habits matter. If you do one small positive thing every day, it compounds over time. 10 minutes of reading every day turns into thousands of pages a year. 10 minutes of exercise every day turns into health and strength. Saving a little money every day turns into financial freedom. But the same is true in reverse. 10 minutes wasted every day becomes hundreds of hours lost every year. Small choices repeated daily become your reality. When people ask me what separates successful people from unsuccessful people, I tell them it is not intelligence or talent, it is habits. Successful people respect their time, they design their habits carefully, and they repeat them consistently. Unsuccessful people waste their time, they let bad habits control them, and then they wonder why life is unfair. Life is not unfair. Life is simply a reflection of how you spend your time and what habits you build with it. Hard work is important, but it is not enough. Many people work day and night, but still they do not see results. Why? Because they are busy but not effective. Hard work is like the engine of a car, but smart work is the steering wheel. If you only press the engine without holding the wheel, you may move fast, but you may end up in the wrong place. To win in life, you must combine both. Work with dedication, but also think carefully about where you are going and how you can reach there in the best way. Working smart means using creativity, technology, and teamwork to solve problems in better ways. It means asking yourself, how can I do this faster, easier, more efficiently? Sometimes, instead of working 10 hours, one smart idea can save you months. This is why successful people do not only work hard, they also stop and think. They find strategies, they learn from others, they innovate. If you only work hard, but never think smart, you will always be tired but never truly successful. But working smart does not mean avoiding hard work. It means balancing the two. You cannot just sit and think all day expecting results. You must still put in the effort. Hard work is what builds character, discipline, and resilience. Smart work is what directs that energy toward the right goals. When the two come together, you move faster than others. Now, when you start to achieve something, there is another challenge: pride. Success can make people arrogant. They forget where they came from, they look down on others, they stop listening. This is dangerous because pride destroys faster than failure. When you rise, you must stay humble. Remember that success is never permanent and failure is never final. Staying humble allows you to keep learning, to keep improving, and to keep the respect of people around you. Humility is not weakness, it is strength. It means you are confident enough to know you don't need to show off. Life is not a straight road. You will rise and you will fall. When you fall, the most important thing is not to complain. Complaining never solves anything. Instead, you must stay strong. Use failure as a test of your resilience. People who succeed are not the ones who never fall. They are the ones who get up every time.